My name is Megan. I'm the owner and instructor here at Island Life Yoga and Nutrition in Soulard, St. Louis. Today's going to be a 25-minute Power Vinyasa class designed to work your glutes and core and build strength and help you feel limber and loose and relaxed, but also challenged and burn some calories and hopefully be fun. We're going to begin with hands at heart center. Begin to focus on your breathing. Create space between your teeth. Let the skin between your brows smooth. And press shoulders down and across your back. Take 3 big deep breaths here. Draw your hands out to your sides with a nice long spine. Reaching crown of the head towards the sky. Inhale as we draw our arms up and overhead. Exhale as you flip your hands over, pushing that energy down towards the ground, engaging through your upper back. Inhale to draw your arms up and over. And exhale as we push our hands down. Gently warming up our shoulders. Inhale to draw arms up and over. Take a nice big deep breath at this one. Articulate your fingers and reach your hands up towards the sky. And exhale as we draw our hands down to the ground. Gently place left hand on your mat and inhale as you draw right arm up and over. Stretching through side body, breathing through your shoulder. Exhale to bring your left hand down and inhale to draw right arm up and over. Exhale as we bring left hand down. Inhale to draw right arm up and over. Exhale to bring left hand down. Inhale up and over. Come back to center and take a little moment here and just kind of wiggle around a little bit. Really kind of feel your body. See how you feel today. Breathe into your spine, shoulders, core, and side body. Place your hands on knees or thighs and begin to take a gentle neck stretch. If you find a tight spot, breathe into it. Stay there for a moment, allowing your muscles to relax. Gently move head to the other side. Keep teeth gently parted. Place fingertips on top of your shoulders, pointing elbows towards the front of your mat. Find a nice long spine here. And inhale as we draw elbows together in front of us, drawing up and open, pulling elbows together behind your back at the top of the movement, opening through shoulders, chest, and heart. Exhale as we draw arms together in front of us and point your elbows down towards your legs, gently rounding through your spine. Inhale to open, reaching elbows behind you, opening through chest. And take 3 big deep breaths here. Inhale to draw elbows up and together, drawing them down towards knees at the front of the movement. Breathing into your back. And inhale up and open. Stay here for a moment. Breathe into your shoulders. Check in with your body. How does your chest feel? Gently place your hands on top of your knees. Inhale as you draw your chin up to the sky, arching through your back, and exhale as you round through your spine, letting your head hang loose. Think about how your spine feels when you take a cat cow and try to mimic that same feeling. Inhale to arch and exhale to round. Inhale to arch and exhale to round. Inhale to arch And exhale to round. Inhale back to neutral spine. Draw your arms out to the sides, slightly behind you. And inhale as you draw your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 3 big deep breaths here, checking in with your body. See if your shoulders and spine feel warm and loose. Begin to flip over into a tabletop position on your mat. Palms of your hands directly below shoulders, knees directly below hips. Press down through all 4 corners in the palms of your hands and pull up in the center of your hand like you're creating a suction cup. Begin to engage through your core. Using core to pull your knees gently off the mat as we take a hovering tabletop. Push up and back for downward dog. This is our first downward dog of the day, so take a little motion here. Walk your dog a little bit, bending one knee and then the other. Breathing into your hamstrings. And inhale forward for plank. Lowering glutes down. Inhale up and back for downward dog. Exhale forward for plank. Begin to walk your feet up to meet your hands, forward folds. Option here to use a block to bring the earth up to you, or you could use a thick book as well. Placing the palms of your hands or fingertips on top of the block. Bend your knees as much as you need to allow your back to relax completely. And inhale as we draw arms up to the sky, sweeping them out to the side. And exhale as we sweep our arms out to the side and folds. Take a forward fold. Inhale to flat back, pulling shoulders back, engaging through hamstrings and glutes. And exhale to folds. Inhale all the way up, reaching arms up to the sky. And exhale to folds. Set your block or book off to the side and plant your hands on the mat. Inhale as you walk your feet back behind you for plank. Inhale back for downward dog. Exhale forward for plank. Inhale to hop forward, forward folds. And inhale to rise, upward hands. Exhale to folds. Inhale as you walk left leg behind you, keeping right foot planted on the mat for a low lunge. Find your core, find your center, left heel spiking up towards the sky. Inhale as you draw torso up for crescent lunge. Right knee is bent. Left leg is slightly bent, hands at heart center. Inhale to draw your arms up in our crescent lunge, and exhale as we fold forward. Inhale to push right leg back to meet left. And exhale to jump forward, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to folds. Plant both hands on the mat. And inhale as we push right leg behind for crescent lunge. Root down through your left foot. Right heel spiking up towards the sky. And inhale to draw torso up for crescent lunge. Hands at heart center. Option here to lower your back knee to the ground if that feels more accessible to you, if the crescent lunge feels too challenging. If not, feel free to take a full crescent lunge. Inhale to draw your arms up to the sky. And exhale as we fold over left leg. Inhale to push left leg back to meet right for plank. And exhale up for downward dog. Inhale forward for plank. Gently begin to lift your right leg up behind you, keeping core facing the floor, squeezing through your glute as you lift your foot about a foot off the floor, engaging through your glutes and your core. Take this as quickly or as slowly as you'd like to, and inhale to hop forward, forward folds. Take a little side to side movement here, and inhale to rise. Exhale to folds. Plant your hands on the ground and inhale to hop back for a plank. Find your balance here. Root down through your right foot and begin to gently lift left leg a foot off the mat, engaging through your glutes, keeping hips square facing the floor for a leg extension. Focus on glute engagement here. Hop forward, forward folds. Take a slight side to side movement here and take a ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows if that feels nice to you. Inhale to rise, reaching arms to the sky. And exhale to fold. Hop feet back behind you. Walk your hands back to meet your feet and inhale to rise. Exhale to fold, planting hands on the mat. Walk your hands out to the front of your mat and inhale as you hop feet up to meet hands. And rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale to hop. Begin to lower down to your forearms for a forearm plank, and then push yourself up onto your hands for plank ups. Switch which side you lead with. So now leading with right hand to come up and up on right starting, and then down on right hand. Keeping your core engaged through this movement. Come back up onto your hands and hop forward, forward folds. Take a moment in this fold. Breathe into your hamstrings. Breathe into your calves and ankles. Maybe give yourself a little ankle massage if you walked your dog more than usual today. Luxuriate in this fold a little bit. And inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale to hop back. And exhale as you lower yourself down onto your forearms for a forearm plank. Bring feet slightly farther apart here. Engage through your core as you lower one knee down towards your mat and then switch to the other knee. Take this as slowly as you need to. Focusing on controlled movements. Push yourself back up to your hands and hop forward, forward folds. Bring your block back in front of you if you need that to bring the earth up to you. I'm going to go ahead and face you guys so you can see what I'm doing. Plant your hands down on the block or the mat, bringing toes together, and inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 3 breaths here. Let your heartbeat begin to resume normal beating. Press shoulders down and across your back. Release any tension you're storing in your jaws. Draw your arms out to your sides. Toes are together, heels a few inches apart. Find your core. Engage the spot 2 inches below your belly button. Draw your arms out to your side. And inhale as we shift down and back for chair, pushing hips down behind us. Exhale to rise. Inhale down and back for chair. Exhale to rise. Inhale down and back for chair. Exhale to rise. In our chair position, we want a neutral spine. We don't want to be too rounded or too arched. So whatever that looks like for you, find the position that feels comfortable. Inhale for chair. 3 breath cycles here. Exhale to rise, taking a slight back bend if that feels nice to you today. And exhale to fold, bringing hands down to the block or to your mat. Heel toe your feet out to just slightly wider than hip width apart here. Keeping hips driving up towards the sky, and inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keeping hands at heart center, find your core. And begin to shift hips down and back for our yogic squat. So your elbows should come to the inside of your thighs. Gently pressing against the inside of your thighs with your elbows and gently pressing against your elbows with your thighs. You should feel your upper back begin to open and your lower body begin to engage here. You should feel like a nice stretch on your upper body and like a nice challenge for your lower body. Place hands on the mat and inhale as you drive hips up to sky. Take a gentle little side-to-side sway here, releasing any tension you might be storing in your hips from that yogic squat. Bring hands back to heart center, placing elbows inside thighs and lower hips down and back for yogic squat. Take 3 breath cycles here. Focus on how this feels for your body. Inhale to plant hands on the ground and drive hips up to the sky. Taking a little side-to-side hip sway. Allowing your body to have a bit of release after all those strengthening exercises. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your arms out to the side and heel toe your feet apart to wider than hip width apart. Toes pointed out, heels pointed in. This looks a little bit different for everyone, so you need to take what feels nice on your hips and your spine and body today. Bring hands to heart center. Inhale as we begin to lower down and back for our garland pose. Once you find the appropriate position for you, place hands on your thighs. Begin to shift your right shoulder forward and your left shoulder back for a gentle spinal twist in this garland pose. Begin to shift left shoulder forward as you pull right shoulder back for a spinal twist on the other side. Inhale to draw arms up as we come out of our garland pose. And exhale to release arms out to your side. Draw feet back to hip width apart. Bring right foot forward. Left foot to a 40-degree angle pointing towards the front left corner of your mat as we prepare for warrior one. Begin to drive forward with your right leg, taking a slight bend in your right leg. Left leg is straight as we draw arms up for warrior one. Option here to take a gentle back bend or to keep a nice straight back in this pose if that feels nice to you. Find the appropriate warrior one for you. Begin to hinge forward, bringing back to match the angle of your back leg, drawing arms behind you. Inhale up for warrior one. And exhale as we hinge forward, bringing your arms behind you to hold that ball of energy. Exhale up for warrior one. And inhale as we hinge forward. Exhale up for warrior one. 3 breath cycles here, so kind of settle in. Perhaps push yourself or challenge yourself a bit if that feels nice to you today. Keep a nice open chest, strong through both legs. And exhale as we hinge forward, drawing arms behind you, opening through chest and letting your spine mimic the motion and angle of your back leg. 3 breath cycles here as well. Draw hands to heart center. Inhale as you bring back foot to meet front and draw arms up to the sky. Exhale to take a forward fold. Inhale to hop back. Exhale as you walk hands back to meet feet, forward fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your hands, bat your eyes open. Bring left foot forward into our warrior one. Right foot is at a 40-degree angle, pointing towards the front right corner of your mat. Begin to drive forward with your left leg until you feel that stretch begin in your hip flexors. Torso should be facing the front of your mat. But find what feels comfortable for your hips and knees today. If this angle causes any ankle discomfort, then feel free to change your right leg angle slightly until you find what feels comfortable for you. Inhale to draw arms up for warrior one. Exhale as we hinge forward, drawing that ball of energy behind our back. Inhale up for warrior one. Exhale as we hinge forward. Inhale up for warrior one. And exhale to hinge. Inhale up for warrior one. 3 breath cycles here. Really settle into this warrior. This is the most empowering of all the yoga poses. And exhale to hinge. Letting your spine mimic the angle of your back leg. Keeping a strong core and glutes relaxed. Bring hands to heart center and step back foot forward. Draw arms out to the side. Inhale to reach arms up to the sky. Exhale as you draw hands down and jump feet back. Inhale to walk hands back to meet feet and rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale to walk hands to the front of your mat and exhale to hop forward. Inhale to rise. I'm going to come face you guys. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take 3 big deep breaths here, pressing shoulders down and across back. Letting your heartbeat begin to calm down. Release any tension you might be storing in teeth and jaw. Focus on your breathing, allowing space to come into your yoga practice today. We're going to take a balance pose, so find your focus here. Find your drishti, your focal point in the room that's not moving. Begin to root down through your right foot, pressing down through all 4 corners of your foot and pulling up in the center like you're creating a suction cup. Squeeze right glute, right quad like you're trying to pull your right kneecap up the front of your leg. Engage through core, shoulders down and across, back. As we begin to lift left leg up to the outside of our right leg. Begin with your knee pointed forward and begin to externally rotate your left leg out to the side as you find the appropriate tree position for you. You can have your ball of your foot resting on the floor, you can have it on your shin, or you can bring your foot all the way up into your inner thigh. Find what feels appropriate and comfortable and, most importantly, safe for you today. Draw your arms up into our tree position. Keep fingertips fluid, arms gentle, and focus on your breathing. 3 breath cycles here. Gently begin to lower left foot down to the ground, bringing the ball of your left foot down to the ground as you lower your arms down. This is our Island Life special made up specifically for the luau that we threw this year. Ball of your foot is on the ground and gently take your little hula pose, drawing your arms out to either side. I think it's really important that your yoga practice is playful as well as serious. Take a little side to side hip sway here, releasing any tension you might be storing. Now begin to root down through your left foot. Press down through all 4 corners of your left foot and pull up in the center of your foot like you're creating a suction cup. Squeeze left glute, squeeze left quad like you're trying to pull your kneecap up the front of your leg. Engage through your core. And begin to pull your right foot up onto the ball of your foot, drawing knee up, and begin to externally rotate your right leg open to the side. Find what tree is appropriate for you today. Option always in a balanced pose to stand next to a wall so you can keep fingertips on the wall. Once you find the appropriate tree pose for you, draw your arms up to the sides, up to the sky, keeping fingertips fluid, and focus on your breathing in a nice open chest. Draw your arms down, gently slide foot down your leg until the ball of your foot is back on the ground. And then we'll take the Island Life Special Hula Tree Pose, my personal favorite balance pose. Slowly lower both feet to the ground. Take a little side to side hip sway. Hips are wider than hip width apart. Release any tension you might be storing there. Come back to center and begin to let your body relax as we allow our heartbeat to slow down as we come to a close of our yoga class. Come down to your mat. So I have two yoga blocks here you can get for just a few dollars at discount stores, but you could also find two different objects that are the same height. You could use those. Place your blocks on either side of your mat, or maybe books might be what you're using today. Place those on either side of your mat and lay back on your mat. Feet hip width apart, about a foot below your hips. Take a gentle windshield wiper, rotating your legs from one side to the other. If you find a tight spot here, feel free to stay on that spot and breathe into it as we massage our sacrum, hips, and low back. Releasing some of that tension that challenging yoga class might have just brought into your hips. Take as much time in your windshield wipers as you need to. Feel free to pause the video here and continue your windshield wipers, and when you're satisfied, come back to this. If you're ready to keep moving, place your blocks or your books on either side of your mat. Draw the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open to either side for a reclined cobbler's pose. Option here to place your hands on the base of your rib cage or to open your arms up to either side in a T. Breathe into your hips and let your chest shine forward to the sky. As you let your body relax, release some of those deep emotions and tensions that we store in our hip flexors. Keep your teeth relaxed. Let the skin between your brows smooth. Once you feel satisfied, extend your legs out in front of you as we settle into Shavasana. Feel free to take a long Shavasana. This is when a lot of the benefits of your yoga practice can really settle into your spine, heart, emotions, and a lot of these deep changes can begin to take place. As you take Shavasana, practice mindfulness. As thoughts pop into your mind, honor them and then release them. I'm sure if they're important enough, you'll pick them back up. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me today. I hope that you feel strong and capable and proud. Namaste.